Hi guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a makeup collection of my foundations, and I wanted to kind of do mini reviews of all these foundations and tell you which ones are good for which reasons, what kind of skin day I'm having when I use that kind of foundation, what shade I'm in, and I'll list the prices of these foundations in the description box if I can find them. That way you can kind of decide like, whoa, that's pricey, but if I rave about it, maybe you might want to look below. So let me just get started. I'll start with drugstore makeup since I know that there are a lot of people that don't buy high-end foundations. So let's start with L'Oreal. I have the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup, and this is the Titanium Dioxide Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 17. I have it in the shade Nude Beige W3, and my problem with this foundation right now is it's just a tad too dark for me. It's more of my like summer shade. I know it's sad because it's only number 3 out of like 9 shades, but it's a little too dark for me. Same goes for my L'Oreal True Match Lumi, which is its buddy. This is for more if you have oily skin or normal combination skin, and the True Match Lumi is more if you have normal combination to dry skin, not for oily skin. It gives you a very dewy finish. I think these are around $10 at the drugstore. True Match Lumi, I have it in Nude Beige W3 as well. They're just a little too dark for me right now, so honestly, I can't wear them. But I do like them, and you've seen me use them in tutorial like from last summer, but I didn't rebuy the winter shade for that foundation because I kind of have a lot of foundations right now. I think I have like 15 foundations open, so let's go on. Maybelline Dream Pure BB 8-in-1 Beauty Balm Skin Clearing Perfector 2% Salicylic Acid Acne Treatment, and I have it in light medium sheer tint. Now this is from Maybelline. I use this. They have the Dream Pure BB Cream. I'm sorry, the Maybelline Dream BB Cream. And then they have the Dream Pure BB Cream. So this one has clearing stuff in it for when I have a bad skin day. So this has salicylic acid in it. I don't know why I'm so tongue-tied today. Salicylic acid in it. So I use this when I'm having a crappy skin day, but I don't need a whole lot of coverage because I feel like I'm doing more good than harm with this. Whereas if I were to use one of my heavier foundations to cover up the acne, I'm probably doing more harm than good, you know, like clogging it more. So that kind of leads me into the next one. This one I would say is about $8 to $10 maybe, maybe 8 at the drugstore. This is the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation. It's hard to see, the light's really washing it out, but it is in the shade Ivory, and this is salicylic acid, witch hazel, camphor, tea tree, and aloe. This one is $3 or $6, very inexpensive from the e.l.f. website. You may also be able to find it at Target or at a drugstore, but maybe Walmart. I think Walmart has stopped carrying it. Now they carry Flower Cosmetics. I don't know. Maybe your Walmart's different. Please let me know because I love e.l.f. This stuff is thick. It is very thick. So when I want, and I have a bad skin day, I mix this one with the one I just showed you, the BB cream, the BB thing, and I get the perfect consistency. And Ivory is the lightest shade they have, so if you're super pale, I don't know that you're going to find one. But I don't think this is ideal for dry skin. This Acne Fighting Foundation might be better for oily skin. I can pull it off, but I don't wear it on its own. I usually mix it. I feel like it's a little bit more cool tone rather than, or cool to neutral, and I'm definitely neutral to warm, so that's why I mix it. But it's inexpensive, and I don't think it's bad, especially if you're like kind of oilier. Oilier? Yeah, I said it. Okay, Revlon Color Stay. I have 2 of those. I have the Color Stay Whipped in 200 Sand Beige. This is supposed to last 24 hours. And then I have the Revlon Color Stay Makeup Normal to Dry Skin in the liquid in 180 Sand Beige, which is also supposed to last 24 hours. These are pricey. I think these are about $15 at the drugstore. And I like them. They do last a long time. I have reviewed them. I don't reach for them very often. I feel like the coverage is pretty good, pretty impactful. At least medium, definitely buildable, but you start to get cake face. I'm not going to lie, Revlon Color Stay Whipped is like the cream consistency, and you will get cake face. And it is messy. I mean, it gets everywhere. When I wear this one, it gets messy. I mean, you can see I've used it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't reach for this because when I use it, it's like, it's a process, but it does last forever. So if you need a really good, long-lasting foundation from the drugstore, I would highly recommend these. This one is for normal to dry skin, but they do have one for like combination oily. And I think that, you know, depending on your needs, you might have to have both because some people get dry in the winter and then they're oily in the summer. But I don't say stray away from that, but it is medium to full coverage. So if you like more of a tint rather than a full cake face, you know, you have to be careful with those. That's all I'm saying. Then I also have one from CoverGirl. So far we've had Revlon, L'Oreal, Elf, Maybelline, now CoverGirl. So I've got them all covered. I don't have any like Milani or Almay or Neutrogena foundations at the moment, but CoverGirl True Blend Liquid Makeup, and this is in the shade, I don't know, M3 Golden Beige. I don't even know if they still sell this packaging. I should probably throw this away. It is just okay. I don't reach for it. I mean, as you can see, I have used it, but I just don't reach for it. It does blend out very nicely. It's called True Blend, and it's supposed to like match to your skin tone. I liked it at the time, but I don't reach for it anymore. I find that it kind of separates a lot and I have to shake it up. So I'm not sure. Take that for what it is. Moving on. I think that one was about $10. I'm not sure if they sell that exact formula anymore. Alright, so now we're getting into the more expensive foundations. Next I'll go with the MAC foundation. This is a MAC Match Master SPF 15. For reference, at MAC, if you are wondering, I'm light to medium with warm undertones, yellow, and I'm usually like an NW18, NC20, depending on the foundation at MAC. But this is the Match Master foundation by MAC, and I am in the shade 1.5. And so this one is pretty good. I don't feel like it's really excels in any specific area. I like the foundation finish better than I do the Sculpt Studio Fix and all that stuff. The MAC Pro Longwear foundation. They have two different other formulas that I tried, and those were still a little bit more cakey than I like. This one is a little bit more sheer. Not sheer so that my acne breakouts show through, but just not as dry on my dry skin. So I like this one a lot. I actually use this mostly to mix. Like if I'm wearing, for example, we'll just go into the next one, Estee Lauder Double Wear, where this one is really thick and it does last a long time. Maybe the MAC one doesn't last as long. I put these two together and I've got like the perfect combination. So this was shade 1.5 by MAC. I want to say this is around $25 or $30. Then I'm going into the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I have it in the shade 1W2 Sand. And I use this all the time. I'm probably going to run out in the next month or so. I want to say it's around $35 a bottle, and it is the standard 1 ounce. I really like this foundation. I don't necessarily wear it on its own anymore because it does tend to get a little bit thick. But I like this because this shade is 1W2, so like it's pretty light on me. And I'm going to show you the next foundations that I have, and you can see the difference in foundation shade. And so I'm able to mix this lighter foundation with some of my darker ones to help me get a good color match. So I like this. I think that if you need a lot of coverage, if you have kind of like rosacea or any dramatic skin problems, you might want to try this. Or they also sell Estee Lauder Double Wear Light or Estee Lauder Double Wear Maximum Cover. So depending on your skin needs, I got the Maximum Cover and I returned it. I was like, whoa. And also if you get the Double Cover Maximum Cover foundation by them, not only is it super thick, it's made to cover tattoos and like serious like burn victims. Like, I mean, it's amazing. Really thick coverage. That's fine. But the W shade, I got the shade like 2W2 Rattan, and it was like yellow. Then I have, well, we'll just go into the one I just showed you. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation, and I have it in the shade 2.2. And I like the finish of this foundation. It says it's a hydrating foundation. For my dry skin, this is fantastic. It gives that dewy finish that I love. But, like I said, it's a little dark for me, 2.2. So I'm keeping it. I just got it about a month or two ago. I am keeping it because I feel like in the summertime I might be able to pull this off a lot more. But I do like it. I want to say it was around $40. But it's a hydrating foundation, but it does last. It's like the strangest thing. Estee Lauder Double Wear lasts just as long, but it isn't hydrating. And while the Makeup Forever one that I'm about to show you is really matte, the Estee Lauder one is pretty matte or satin at best. This one is a hydrating foundation, so it gives me that dewy finish that I like. So I will keep this one. I just got it a month or two ago. I'm going to keep it for my summer shade because I think I'll be able to pull it off. I do live in Phoenix, so right now I'm super pasty white, but I will be outside more and probably get a nice tan going for the summertime. I'm going to go next with the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus foundation. I don't actually know the shade I have in this. If anything, it might be number 35, but I honestly don't know. I have never known because it doesn't appear to have anything else on here, so sorry about that. But Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus, I have the Makeup Forever HD foundation. That's actually what I'm wearing now, but the Matte Velvet Plus is matte. It is very creamy and it sets. It does last quite a while. I feel like it gives a great matte finish, but if you're not into that, if you have dry patches, for me to use this Matte Velvet Plus, I have to really moisturize. I have to be exfoliated and have no dry patches, and I use a moisturizing, hydrating primer that maybe has some luminosity to it. I'm almost done with this foundation. I probably have like a quarter of the bottle maybe, so I won't be repurchasing this just because it's a lot of maintenance for me to be able to wear a matte foundation with my dry skin. We'll go into the Makeup Forever HD foundation, and I have the shade 123, N123, Desert Beige I think it's called. It is light with olive undertones. This foundation is probably the darkest, that or the Studio Finish one that I own, so this is going to be great for my summer shade. I did use this today, and I feel like I can pull it off, but it's definitely like I need to brighten and lighten everywhere, and I have to make sure I take it a lot down my neck because I don't want to look like I have a different color face than my body or a dark foundation line on my jaw. So I love the finish that this gives me. I don't have any like powder on or anything, but I feel like I get, you know, just enough luminosity. It photographs beautifully, and I find that it wears 6 to 8 hours. It's not a long wear foundation by any means, but as I told you, I mix this one with the Estee Lauder Double Wear. There you have an 8 to 10 hour lasting foundation, so it'll make it through my work day and everything. So I do recommend this. I think it's around $42 and it's pretty good. I think it's definitely worth it. Next, I have the Laura Mercier Smooth Finish Flawless Fluid in the shade Vanille. And I've had multiples of these little samples, so I just keep using them. I think that I've had like 4 of these. I love this foundation. I think that it does a really good job. It says shake well to activate, so it is very liquidy, and when you use it, it's in a dropper form. I don't know if you can see that. And you really have to like be careful, you know, it's a little runny. It's not very thick. It's a smooth finish flawless fluid, but it's not very thick. So, you know, it's buildable. I do take, it's about a medium finish once you build it up, but I can't get a full coverage out of this, and that's okay for most skin days. Like right now I'm having a decent skin day, so I don't have to worry about it. But if you have a lot of problem areas or tend to have a lot of breakouts, I'm not sure that I would buy that one. I don't know how much that one is. Probably at least $45. So I'm kind of going from cheapest to most expensive. This is the YSL Touche Éclat. I have the shade B30. And this is like a $57 foundation from Sephora. And I like the finish. It is an illuminating foundation. It says it's Dimensional Radiance Weightless Perfection. It's SPF 19. This one will flash back in photos. It does moisturize. It does illuminate. You do feel dewy and glowy in it, almost to a fault in my opinion. Now, I have dry skin, so usually anything that says hydrating or illuminating I'm a fan of. This one on its own is too much for me, but I do like to, has a nice pump. I do like to use this one with my Estee Lauder Double Wear. It's a little bit darker, and I keep telling you the shade names because I want you, if you're close to my skin color, it might help you. I'm trying to find where I just put the Estee Lauder Double Wear. See how light this one is compared to this one? I don't know if you can tell. But the shade combo is perfect when I put them together. I don't wear it on its own. I don't know that it's worth $57. I think you can use the L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation in its place. It's almost a drugstore dupe. I won't say it's dead on, but if you're not a foundation snob like me and you don't like sit there and have 15 of them to compare side by side, you won't notice a difference. So the last one I'm going to show you is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I think this is $60, $62 at Sephora. They just got it in at Sephora. I have the shade 4.25, the Luminous Silk Foundation. There are a ton of shades in this line. They have a ton of different like warm undertones, cool undertones. They have it all. They have tons of different undertones, and it is a great foundation. I feel like it lasts a good amount of time. What I love about it is it's the only Giorgio Armani foundation that doesn't have SPF. So this is great if you're a bride. Also, that HD foundation by Makeup Forever is good for that too, which is why I'm wearing it today. I am getting married this year, so I like to kind of keep my eye out for foundations that don't have SPF, that aren't going to give me that white cast on my face in photos where your head's white and your chest is brown. You know, you don't want to look mismatchy like that. So I like this foundation. I think that it is good. I don't think I'll repurchase the bottle, but for photography, if you do a lot of photos, if you are a blogger, vlogger kind of gal and you do a lot of flash photography, I think you definitely need a foundation like this in your wardrobe, even if it's not your primary foundation. Like if you mix this one with something else that will kind of, like some of my foundations were SPF 19. So when you take a photo, you're going to have a white face with the flash. So I love this foundation to mix. I don't wear it a whole lot on its own, but I've only had it a few weeks. So that is it for my foundation collection. I hope that my reviews helped you. I hope you found something that maybe would be good for your dry skin or your oily skin. I'm not sure about what your undertones are, but I have lots of videos regarding these as reviews, and so I'll go into more detail on the foundation, how it wears, show you a demo. I've also demoed lots of foundations on my channel that I hated, that I do not own because I ended up returning it, or I got the sample and will never purchase it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions or want to see something in action, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.